Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're well. Please raise your hand if you'd like to ask a question. We'll take questions in English first, followed by any questions in Italian. We've got mics on either side of the room. So someone to start, please. We'll go Martin.
Hi Pep, it's only 4 months since you said goodbye to Kevin and now he's coming back. Are you looking forward to seeing him?
After the game, yeah. Of course it's nice to hear him back.
Have you sort of kept an eye on his start, the way he started in Italy? What have you made of it?
It's no surprise. The players in that level adapt so quick. The players in that level, they don't need much time to adapt and perform well.
Hi Pep. Scott McTominay, MVP in Serie A. How do you deal with and are you surprised at just how well he's done after leaving Manchester?
No, have really good conditions. So was a team like won the Serie A. So that means when that happens, because the manager and the players make an incredible job, and when you win, every player always perform at his maximum level. So yeah, really good.
And on Gigi Donnarumma, we saw just how important he can be in the Manchester derby. How good is it to have that Champions League winning experience as well in that back line that you'll have tomorrow?
I would say in the last decade, always we had an incredible keepers. So Ederson have made an incredible job, and the other keepers that help us as well. And OGG come from, for his age, 26 years old, come from many years, and of course, he's a top-class keeper.
Thank you.
Hi Pep. Usually when the Champions League starts, City are always mentioned as one of the favourites before a ball is kicked. Do you see yourself as one of the contenders this year? I appreciate it's very early.
Apparently we are not. And just enjoy the moment, the journey. We are happy to be here. In the past we have been and just won one, so that is a lot for difficulty, and is just focusing tomorrow, the game we have to play, start well this competition. Like apparently they have more games than the previous seasons, but when you start with a bad result, always is more difficult. And last season we draw, first game against Inter. Hopefully this season we can do better result.
Hi Pep, how much did last season's performance in the Champions League hurt you? And are you putting a priority on improving in the Premier League or the Champions League this season?
Priority is the next game, always have been since I arrived here. Well, since I've been a manager in the second team for Barcelona, then there's no choose competitions. The game is this game, and when in 1 week or 10 days we go to the Huddersfield, will be the most important one. So define this institution or this club, organization, whatever you want to do, is we take seriously every single game.
Did the new format last season show that there's little room for error here?
The group stages always have been tough, but where you don't play, like you can face your group all the time, you can control their opponents, home and away, you learn a lot. But being in this format, you cannot control the other games, and the other groups can be better. When you are in your group, you can control more, so that's why it's more than spectac. You don't know what's going to happen. All you have to do, you have as much points as possible to qualify in the first 8. Otherwise, come back in the first 24.
Hi Pep. Can I just ask about Erling? His performance on Sunday he seemed to be everywhere. He's defending for you as well as scoring. Are you able to just talk about his leadership qualities and what you've seen over the last 18 months, I guess, in how he's sort of improved in that aspect of his game?
Yeah, it's a question of time. It's normal when you arrive in the first season. So always expecting. He came in a team like he was winning a lot, except the Champions League. He helped us to bring that incredible trophy for us, the competition that we play for 11, 12, 30 years in a row. Like it's an honor to be here. Like last season at the end we finished the last 50-20 games being the best team in the Premier League and winning, qualify, but always is tough. And of course it's a question of maturity, time. He's a little bit older, even he's young. And of course he's one of the captains. He came for many years. He signed a contract for many years to be here. and that's why a natural way. But normally your figure in the locker room is when winning on the pitch, and of course it happened in a natural way.
Was the contract one of the reasons why you picked him for that group, because he's got that longevity and someone you might see take on captaincy in future years?
Yeah.
Mike?
With the extra games in the Champions League and Erling Haaland, and the possibility of injuries down the line, do you have to protect him
when
at all?
When he's injured, hopefully not, will be injured. I'm not thinking a reserve player, because of course there are players that have more tendency, have to really be careful, but in terms of Erling, as much as fit is going to play.
And in general, would say the workload of the Club World Cup as well, does that impact the way you select teams this Champions League?
No, 1 second. It's forgotten, and we make an incredible experience. We live really good. We create a good things there. Unfortunately, we could not went through, but not at all. So it's already done.
Hi, Pep. Want to ask you about Napoli. Are you surprised by the way Antonio Conte has transformed the team, and what do you think they can do in Europe this season?
Of course, you can do as a top-class manager. So whatever I have been, his stamp, I will have been with the clubs, with the teams. No surprise for me.
And what do you think Kevin is giving to this team that they didn't have in the past season?
His incredible talent, vision, pass, assist, goals in the final third. He's unique.
Jamie?
Hi, Pep. Obviously, Rodri was injured for most of last season, unfortunately for you. How much better do you feel your team can be this season, if he stays fit and plays as we all know he can play?
James, I said many times, Rodri was a massive blow for us, don't have him, but it was not the only one. It's the only reason who have been Rodri, who have been better last season. That it was not, as much time goes on, I had the feeling that it was much better than the moment the feeling. He was finished third in this league, in the Premier League, and FA Cup final, performed the good play. In the Champions League, I think, was even worse than the Premier League, I would say, at the moment. But in the moment that we played, the defined moment in the Champions League is October, November, December. It was our worst period with many injuries. It was in 1 or 2 months that we make few points. It was a moment combined that we have 15, 16 injuries. When you have 15, 16 injuries, there is no team can sustain. So Rodri was an incredible, massive absent, but not just was the reason, the only reason why.
And with regard to the centre, the midfield of your team, with Ryan Deers and Nico Gonzalez now, you feel you've got a good amount of depth there to sort of, I know you don't want any injuries, but if it was to happen to whoever, you can sort of deal with that better?
Yeah, and Kola is coming back soon. So yeah, the squad is really good. It's just now have a problem already, have just 16 players, and what we need is come back, Ryan Nuri, Ryan Cherky, John, and when everybody's coming back, we'll have rotate, and the people in the bench make a good impact during the game, and when the fatigue is coming, will come soon, and of course we need to make everybody involved.
Take some questions in Italian, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. I just wanted to ask, with Napoli and Antonio Conte, similar to yourself, he's won so many titles. I just wondered how much you respect him as a manager.
A lot. I admire a lot, I learn a lot, I respect him a lot.
Salve mister, Francesco Molaro per Teleclub Italia. Lei conosce bene Conte, lo diceva anche.
You said you know Conte very well, but it's been 3 years since he played in the Champions League. How do you expect him to be angry, aggressive, ready to attack this City? Well, to be honest, I don't know. You know him better than I do.
Sono Iannicelli di Canale 21, ben trovata mister.
Do you think that tomorrow night will it be a big favourite and an outsider? Because Napoli is obviously an outsider. What kind of a match are you expecting? I'm expecting a huge level match because they're two of the most high-performing teams. What would be your advice to your colleague at Napoli? It is not my place to give advice. What kind of a match are you expecting? A very hard one.
Di Calcio Napoli 24. Si parla.
There's a lot of talk about De Bruyne because he's going to come back. If you had to remove one of the players from Napoli, which one would it be? No, I'm very happy with the team.
Antonio Conte con 2 squadre.
So Conte has won with Chelsea and with Tottenham here at the Etihad. So apart from having strong teams, he has a tactical, strategic key that put you in difficulty. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. We'll see tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.